Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of hashtag OPW Old People Wisdom. Today we're going to talk about how to be an adult. I know that seems super simple, right? Like you didn't get to be this age without figuring out how to do adulting. However, there's no class in any university I've ever found across the country called Adulting 101. And I think that there are some simple ground rules that we all need to be reminded of from time to time. I don't know about you. However, I have found myself at numerous times along my path in this dance called life in a place of being stuck. And I mean, really stuck, like either paralyzed from fear or confusion or inactivity due to simply not knowing where to step next. And so I came up with a little reminder for myself. And it occurred to me that maybe somebody else could use a little reminder from time to time of the 5 steps to adulting. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll go through them together. So this image is an image I took many years ago in Alaska of Mount McKinley. Yes, we did in fact join what they call the 3% Club. Only 3% of the people who come to Alaska actually get to see a full-on view of Mount McKinley. It very, very frequently has cloud cover obscuring parts or most of the whole mountain. So I thought that was a great backdrop to put these 5 steps to adulting. So let's dive in. What's step number 1? Dream big. For us as human beings, we have to have a dream, an aspiration, something that propels us forward and draws us to it. Something that we can get excited about, something juicy. We have to have a dream and not just a little dream. We need to dream big. Most of us in this life don't dream big enough. So step 1 is you got to dream big. Step 2 is then you have to take action. You can't just sit around on your couch and, ohm a few times and meditate and think that the law of attraction is going to drop your dream on your lap. That's not how this world works. You have to actually get out there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to take some action, massive, imperfect action. However, you do have to take some action to get toward your big dream. Step 3, you have to give grace. Most importantly to yourself, and also giving grace to others. We have to stop being so harsh on ourselves and other people. Stop being so judgmental of yourself and other people. You've got to give grace. Number 4 is you got to stay persistent. You got to stay after it. You can't be like, oh, I tried, I gave it a shot. If you really want it, stay after it. What is it they say? Thomas Edison did 10,000 versions of a light bulb before he finally got one to work. That's a guy who understood persistence. Yet, if I'm honest with myself, and maybe if you're honest with yourself, if I have something and I'm going after it, I'll take action right up until I get the first no. And then I might continue going and kind of chuckle and think I can overcome this obstacle until I get the second no. And by about the third no, I'm generally talking myself out of it. Is that you? Do you do the same thing? What happens when we stay persistent in the face of all no's and we just keep going? If there's a mountain in my way, no coincidence that I chose this background. If there's a mountain in my way, there's always a way around the mountain. Heck, if we're talking about the Hobbit, you could go through the mountain, right? Or you can go over the mountain or around the mountain or maybe even under the mountain, but there's always a way. So oftentimes we give up when we get uncomfortable. What happens when you stay persistent? And the last one, and in my estimation, I believe this to be the most important, although I think all of these are important, is to be grateful. To come into each and every day with a grateful heart. To be grateful for the blessings that we have and the failures. I'm always grateful for a failure because there's so many lessons. The lessons don't come when things are fantastic. I hope you can appreciate that. The lessons don't come when everything's going great. When you're doing 75 miles an hour down the highway with the convertible top down and your hair blowing in the wind and singing your favorite song at full volume. That's fun. Oh, that's surely fun when you're laying on the beach in Hawaii or Cancun or wherever, having a great time drinking, a fruity beverage by the pool. That's awesome. That's not when the lessons come. The lessons come when the challenges come, when the obstacles slap you in the face and knock you down. So when they do come, be grateful. Be grateful for what you have and be grateful for what you don't have. I know that's a different way of looking at things. So I just wanted to share with you what I have on my notebook and what I constantly remind myself of. That when I'm stuck, I remember that there's 5 steps to adulting. Dream big, take action, give grace to yourself and to others, stay persistent, and be grateful. I hope you've enjoyed our OPWs. I think I said this in the last video. I'm not sure how long I'm going to continue to do this. I said I would do it for a year, and it's certainly been fun, and I may continue. If you have an opinion about it, let me hear you in the comments. We have a very quiet group, and if you think we should keep doing this and you're finding enjoyment, let me know, because I really am at that decision period where I need to let myself make a decision about whether I'm going to continue on. If you do like it, be sure that you give us a thumbs up, be sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell over here so that they'll notify you when we post a new video. I know that over the last couple of months, things have been a little crazy and I've been off schedule and getting videos out. I appreciate you staying with me. And thanks for being around. And I look forward to seeing you in a future video. We'll have at least a couple more because I said for a year and we're not quite there yet. So I appreciate you and I appreciate the community, and let me hear from you if this is something you want us to continue doing.